Here's a safety tip for traveling around the lower lake at Glendalough. The trail can be very confusing. First, you head off to the right through a boggy marshland over a wooden boardwalk, and then you approach the side of the lower lake that is shallow, so it looks like it's not a lake, but it's a very shallow lake. Changes during the seasons. You are on the right path to the lower lake if you've gone through the marshy woodland boardwalk. The green path splits at one point and takes you up to the higher lake or down through the woods. Take your right at that fork. Hi everybody, it's Troy. Today I'm exploring the lower lake of Glendalough National Park here in County Wicklow, Ireland. It's advertised as an easy walk, and although I discovered it's a little more adventurous than I expected, make sure that you bring some water with you. The biggest surprise wasn't the hills. It was trying to figure out which trail was actually supposed to be on the lower lake. The lower lake and the upper lake both use the same green trail markers in places, so I found myself stopping more than once just to make sure I was headed in the right direction. And I even had folks asking me if I knew which direction went to the lower lake. Once I found the correct path, though, everything changed. Feeling nestled in the mountains, buoyed by the lower lake of Glendalough in the Wicklow Mountains, feeling ancient times of meditation, history flashing by, all the millions who have come this way, seeking refuge, beauty, and peace. The wide boardwalk crosses the marshes immediately and creates a feeling of safety. The path felt intentional and well designed. I felt protected on the path, almost like it was guiding me through the landscape. I saw a flock of sheep, lots of trees, and eventually that lake. As I walked farther into the valley, the noise of people started to disappear. The trees closed in overhead. There was a cool mountain air which was drifting across the lake. And at one point, honestly, I felt like the mountains were holding me. One of the questions I'm exploring on this trip is what makes a place actually feel safe? Not just physically, but emotionally and, more importantly, neurologically. For highly sensitive people like me, why should we choose this valley, and why was it chosen centuries ago by monastic orders? Was it the landscape, the flowers, the moss, the water? I sat quietly beneath the trees, looking at the moss-covered logs slowly returning to earth, and I think I started to understand. Sometimes the land itself is doing most of the work. I'm Troy Cox, exploring Ireland through the lens of Safe Spaces Project. I'll see you at the next stop. Stay safe out there. If you visit the Glendalough Valley and walk along the lower lake path, please share with me your experience in the comments below. Hope to see you on the trail. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel.